Jamaica could dash. Give honors to the apostles and elders of great stone. Tell them to all the brothers in the Ivan Barry preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. See, it's Jamaica camp. Now we're out on another on a Tuesday. You know, Tuesday prophesying. You know, and hey, I was talking about prophecy. You know, when the time, you know, where a lot of prophecy has been pop off on the earth, man. The Lord is making full well on his words. You know what I mean? God, he foretold generations ago. You know, another prophecy, you know, the news this week basically is talking about food crisis now. Especially out here in Jamaica. It's warning about impending food shortages. You know, but the scriptures already forewarn me about the famines that are going to befall the earth in the last days, man. You know? And we believe that we are in the last days, man. You know, so we are about to see these words fulfilled, you know, in full effect. You know?
This is 2 Ezra 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right, so that's what come out here to come declare. The words of prophecy, man. Yeah, go on.
Which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right, so the Lord already get these prophecies written down. That men that read it, you know, the Spirit reveal that understanding unto them, and them can speak about it before it even happens. You know what I mean? Because the word prophet means what? Say before, man. You know, so we're out here declaring that look, you know, there's famine coming, man. A lot of people gonna die of famine. Don't say the Lord. You know what I mean? I've been saying this stuff for years, you know, before it even appeared as if there was going to be no major food shortage across the world, man. So know that it's mainstream now, you know, as media. You know, I know that it's mainstream now. Hey, that means it's getting very serious, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Isaiah 46 verse 9 says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh and there is none else. I am Yahweh and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning.
Right, so the Lord declared the end from the beginning. You know what I mean? So the Lord tell you what the end is going to be. You know, the effects and the signs of the end. You know what I mean? So when you see these things, you know that this is the end, man.
Exactly.
Yeah? One.
Guys, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Right, so there is no sway to the left or sway to the right in regards to the prophecy, man. You have a lot of people believe that things are conditional. You know what I mean? It depends, man, if I do this, and it depends, man, if I do that.
Investigative judgment.
Look, man, the Lord word is determined, man. It's determined upon the earth, and right now, there's a determination upon the so-called white man kingdom, man. And what is determined upon him is that, look, you know, he's gonna try to bring about this new world order, the MOTB, which is the RFID chip, radio frequency technology. Gonna bring about World War III and many other catastrophes in the midst of that, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And there's nothing.
Famine.
There's nothing no one can do to go around that plan. Hey, I was listening to the audio. You know, I'm going to post the audio and basically, you know, Project Looking Glass or something like that. And it's everything them try is one outcome.
Exactly.
You know? And them cannot change the outcome.
Exactly.
Basically, it's saying Esau basically is looking into possibilities to the future and not care what direction the possibility them take. See, it will end up to one conclusion, man.
Exactly.
See? The flipping over of the kingdom into another hand.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So what the Lord said, it is inevitable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's no change. Or the thing, I'm gonna fuck, give me Ecclesiastes.
Nothing can be put to here.
There's no change that can be done to the course that the Lord set before, man. Look here where a man do. You know what I mean? Look here how much effort and put out, you know, to change the trajectory of what the Lord set in stone, man.
One. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 14. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever.
So whatsoever the Lord do, it shall what? Be forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not subject to change, man. What?
Nothing can be put to it.
Nothing can be added to it, man. So if the Lord decides, say, yo, look, this is the course of where the narrative of salvation is going. See, there's nothing a man can do to change that.
Exactly.
Nothing can be put to it, man.
Right.
So, case in the point, it's a salvation is for what? Israel. You know what I mean? And there's nothing that can change that. They have the Christians who feel my ideology that for some reason,
Because
you know,
Israel is wicked.
you know, salvation now come on to everybody else. Look, man, the Lord way is certain, man. Not change the day.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You say, I am the Lord, I got that what? I change not. Yeah, what brother?
It says nothing can be put to it,
Right.
nor anything taken
Or
from it.
anything taken away from it, man. So whatsoever the Lord said from start, that's what will happen at the end. You have some people who avoid prophet, like vocab and them man. They don't want to hear about prophecy.
Exactly what you
Because
love.
prophecy I tell you the end all be all of the whole thing. And them don't want that because that don't fit into the narrative of everybody can get saved under the doctrine and scriptures, man.
Come.
You know what I mean? That contradict evidence doctrine. Because when they go back to the Old Testament and you read the prophecies them, you say, okay, this is not gonna fit the Christian narrative.
Exactly. It's not going to fit the world
Not
narrative.
gonna fit the world narrative.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The scripture says, even the spirit of truth whom the world cannot receive.
God,
Huh?
God, hey, and this is the reason why you have people coming out saying, according to the World Economic Forum, what they plan to do, people coming out and say God won't allow that.
Yeah.
Look, God is the one who
Who's
said
doing
that.
it?
Yo, God won't allow that.
Hey, remember this is Angus
God is the one who's doing that, man.
It says, and the more I do it, that men should fear before him.
God. Hey, like this Edomite man over there in Ukraine, saying what kind of God would have make this thing happen, man?
Yeah.
And guess what? A lot of people gonna be saying that when the Lord bring more destruction upon the planet because they have the wrong idea
Of the Most High.
of the Most High, man. That's why she be saying that. What kind of God would I do this to it?
The one they don't believe in.
You know what I mean?
Daniel chapter 4 verse 34.
God.
And at the end of the days, I Nebuchadnezzar lifted up mine eyes unto
God.
heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me.
God.
And I blessed the Most High Yahweh, and I praise and honor him.
God.
That liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion,
God.
and his kingdom is from generation to generation,
God.
and all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing,
God.
and he doeth according to his will,
You do it according to what?
his will, in the army of heaven.
Right, so whatsoever is taking place on the planet now, whatsoever can come to your mind is the will of the Lord. There's only one will, man. There's only one will, man. You know, it kind of hard for a regular man out there to receive. Say, oh look, there's no other will apart from the Most High will, because they're born with the concept that they have a choice in the world matter. The choice that you have is given to you of the Most High. So that choice is not even yours. You know what I mean? So whatsoever you choose to do, the Lord put a spirit on you to take that part. The things you have,
It is not in man the earth is own part.
the scriptures, man.
What? It says, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, why doest thou?
Nobody can stop the Lord, Yahweh Shimi Washai, from bringing whatsoever is going to bring upon the planet. And it's so be that the Lord tell us what he's going to bring. You know what I mean? All we can do now is prepare ourselves and brace ourselves for what's coming, man. You know? Scriptures pray.
Exactly.
You know? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pray, man. You know what I mean? That look. You know, we found ready.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not even gonna pray, say, yo, make this stuff kill we are. We're gonna pray that we found ready. Yeah, man, I worry about it. We're gonna live our day. You know?
Yeah. Nevertheless, that will be done.
God.
You know? You just have to try to be a part of the elect.
Yeah.
You know? Word up.
It's Isaiah 45 verse 10. It said, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven,
Right.
and it turneth not thither,
Right.
but water the earth and make it bring forth and the bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater.
Yeah, these are natural processes that a man wants to say, yo. The process don't feel when it's in action, man. You know, we don't see rain fall back way, man. You know? So it's like you're sure what will happen, the whole dynamic of rain. You know what I mean?
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
Right. It's certain. Yeah, go on.
So shall not return. It shall not return unto me void,
Right.
but it shall accomplish that which I please.
So if the Lord said, this is what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen, man. And guess what? He said that which I what? Please. I'm on the part the Lord said in the book of Revelation tells us that for thy pleasure, all these things were created for the Lord, man. Yeah, go on, brother. See, and we gonna believe say, yo, you know, proud as people on the earth believe say, yo, the earth was created to basically for their pleasure, man. You know, mainly for their pleasure, man. Well, it's for the pleasure of the Lord, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, a man feel like say, yo, look, I'm exclusive. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's not an exclusive thing. You know? The Lord run the show, man, and I feel his entertainment. You know what I mean?
Enterprise.
Yeah.
You know?
And him do whatsoever him want to do with whosoever, whatsoever. Hey, look, if the Lord decides, say, yo, you're gonna be, like, this decides you're gonna be a midget, or you're gonna be whatsoever, that's what you're gonna be, man.
Why you think you're out here? I look like fool for the Lord's sake. And that's him one.
Yeah, that's him one. We can't do nothing more than that.
You know?
Yeah?
In Revelation chapter 4 verse 10, the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that liveth forever and ever and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
The Lord created all things, and for the Lord's pleasure that they were all created, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Heavy, very heavy.
2 Ezra 16 verse 14 says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again.
So now that we can't, we establish that that's the Lord with all things and it's certain, you know, we're going into what the Lord says certain, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And what the Lord says certain, the plagues, man,
are sent,
right?
And shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
God.
The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
God.
They just say, them check all the trajectory.
God.
You see which part this thing has an end, and when they look,
one end.
just one end.
One end, man.
That's prophecy. You know?
Hey, Esau so certain that it's going to be a thermonuclear war. He have a clock.
Yep. Doomsday clock.
A doomsday clock. I tell her how much minutes to midnight.
Exactly. So I'm certain.
So I'm certain, man. Even though I believe it,
it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. He know it isn't.
It is inevitable.
Look, man. Look, man. Hey, you feel how weird. You think when you hear every time Putin mention his nuclear arsenal as a threat, whenever time events transpire, you have certain Edomites with chills run down the spine, man.
Because them know.
Because them know.
Exactly. Them, when they hear them, if them continue, if them do this, they're going to put with nuclear arsenals right here.
Yeah.
We're going to do this. Yeah? Because them understand, them have more understanding than the regular nigga, man. You understand? Because them know, so look here, where this thing I go, it's just a matter of time.
God.
You know?
Hey, Scripture saying the devil know that he want about a short time. They know that him do have a long time, man.
Exactly. You know?
Yeah?
Verse 16, it says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come?
And right now we're talking about the famine, man.
Exactly.
Because it's in the news, it's in the local news.
Exactly. It's in every news.
You know what I mean?
You know?
So you can see, I know them talk about Jamaica food security. They never did know that long. How much in years we that talk about it?
Exactly.
Remember from them telling them to plant cassava hey, them wicked ass niggas in Cedar Power in Jamaica, they know what was coming all along, man. Hey, them know from farming collapse in Jamaica, the trajectory of Jamaica, the part that to be self-sufficient is very important, man. And I see, them learn that we wasn't self-sufficient, man. You know what I mean? Them learn that because them realize what happened to it years gone back when it come on to food production or food security, man. Them realize what happened. They have analyze certain things and know what happened. But now the chicken are come home to roost, man.
Exactly. The reality.
Yeah, the reality.
The reality.
It's gonna stop. You know, because the dependency on importing goods, saying this is the blowback.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hey, just I think I don't remember which one brother post an article on news of the group where they concerned with the island here. Shortly after, I think like 2 days after the guys from market, they said them in the island when and again.
Yeah.
See, and the same news report was saying that because Ukraine was at the main supplier sunflower seed and so forth, that the palm oil and so forth couldn't get exported. So right then the later said they don't know when market and again.
Yeah, there is an oil shortage. And guess what? You see, it's so fast to reach shores of Jamaica because there's something international that takes place, you know. You see me?
I remember Jamaica condemned, well, my name? Brown Dog condemned Russia.
Yeah.
So Russia need not look that side of it going in the island. Hey,
So your palm oil and all different type of oil.
shortage.
Yeah.
Right now.
Hey look. Man, I drink jelly like it. You cut back on the drinking of jelly, man. And make some of them jelly that's
Coconut
coconut
oil.
scale from the oil, man. That's what you need to do. Every day
fried
say chuck pass it.
chicken back front.
Every day say chuck pass it thousands of jelly. You know what I mean? I need to stop drink jelly and drink water, man. You know what I mean? I mean, get some coconut oil. But you don't want to do that shit. So you're going to be short on all type of things, man.
And these man no man look hard, them to kill the coconut industry from Earth.
From long time.
Yeah. And it's a chain effect and everything has to up now.
Yeah. Chicken, as I said, the chicken has come over the roost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And back at 2 Ezra 16 verse 19 it says, Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Hey, and the shortage is never come slowly for the people because they must see the inflation that take place, but still can't understand why the price of certain goods gone up that high, man. You know what I mean?
You know, other.
Then you're gonna see them all get scarce when I time. You're not gonna see them on the shelf anymore. You know what I mean? So slowly but surely, the supermarket shelves kind of look scanty for certain products. You know what I mean? And then you have the chicken issue where take place right now.
Yeah, it's another major issue.
You know what I mean?
You know? Which basically you have people are killing chicken and say flu and that can't say.
Hey, the Lord say I'm gonna take out the bird and give the priest
Birds of the field.
and the fishes of the sea, man.
You do that. Let us speak what you know pretty much, you know?
Yeah.
And we can finish this up. It says, verse 21 says, Behold, victual shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Right.
And even then shall evils grow upon earth,
Right.
sword, famine, and great confusion.
Right.
Says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Hey, once in a time when every year a new iPhone come out, one could buy. One could buy every year.
Them things are
So in
done
there.
for.
You know what I mean?
Done for.
Now you have scarce your chip.
Chip mean the price of your phone and
Hey, everything shut up, man. Hey, on video card right now, I'll spend about 2,000 US, 3,000 US. Some video card which normally was like $700, $500, man. You know, a $300 card now I sell for $1,000+, man. You know what I mean? So inflation going hard out there. You know what I mean? Especially in America. The price of things gone up. We up. And then you have, you know much month for brother? $1,000 for month now, brother.
Yes, better about $1,500 pound.
1,500. What?
If you actually 16
Oh boy. Steel gone up hard. Right now soon 200,000. That's on steel, man. Coming from 70,000. Remember on 70,000?
Yeah. 65, 50,000.
Yeah.
You see me? So everything, the price of everything, I go up. Nothing I stay down.
Like some double figure.
Yep.
Inflation that take place, man.
Yep. It's crazy, man.
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know? When the item go up in 100%, the value, man. Because what's past steel right now, 100% of the value that enough.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. And it's Isaiah 4 verse 3. It said, Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. With the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven, where fishes of the sea also shall be taken.
Right, so all the creatures that basically people eat are get taken, man. Hey, there's a war on beef by the elites, man. make sure say the beef production take place worldwide, man, because them want hey, everything they talk about in the World Economic Forum is to cut off beef, you know, man. Yeah. Beef are the main target, the meat. The meat we have that meat. Beef, iron, zinc and everything. You know what I mean? And zinc basically is very essential to come out of the healing of the body. Because we already get vitamin D from the sun. You know what I mean? So vitamin D coupled with zinc and magnesium and bad people get them things.
For them synthetic meat, them plant-based meat.
So them want to cut out zinc. You see me? You know, I recently realized that zinc, when I get a lot of infection and zinc, important to even fight it off from fight it off from early, fight it off from early, brother. Okay. You know what I mean? Go to the healing process or whatsoever. You know what I mean? But hey, I would say, you have men like, from the World Economic Forum, one of the main things they want to cut out is beef, man. And you have men like Bill Gates basically saying that, look, you know, they want to make synthetic beef, so they want to try every measures to basically get rid of beef production. Under the guise of climate change and all manner of evils, man. You know? So very soon, no beef.
I think whether I don't know how vital the story is, but a little thing to look up there is that Bill Gates, since the coronavirus hit, Bill Gates buy out a large percent of the farmland them.
Yeah, buy a lot of farm.
And like him buy them to put them in farm.
Because basically is to make them become dormant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No farming, when just buy them for buy them sake. No farming, no go on from them. Look, I want to promote the synthetic beef idea. But all these things that come together, bringing in the food shortages, the bird flu, you know what I mean? Farmlands basically get buy up and not being used. You know, farmers are get paid for destroyed crops. You know what I mean?
Fire in a way.
Warehouse of food,
when we sing
caught on fire. You know, worldwide, storehouse is being caught on fire. You know what I mean? Then you have war. You know what I mean? Disrupting the food supply chain. Then you have the pandemic. You know what I mean? When they mess the food supply chain up from a long time. You know, so everything coupled in right now. It's a recipe for a global food shortage, man. Yeah, go on, brother.
So second is 6. And suddenly shall the store sown places appear unsown, and the food storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
And that's what basically going on now, man. You know what I mean? Some people don't have supplies to supply them. Hey, when they come out to wheat, not even for the wheat. Some major producer of wheat and certain foods. I think what? One of them from serious shortages that take place.
Sri Lanka.
Come out to wheat and some other things. So you have storehouses basically show up empty. You know what I mean? Right now, as we speak, man. You know? Sown places up here. And sown. What about the crop was supposed to be sown in Ukraine? And the spring.
Yeah.
There's no plant in the spring, man. Yeah. Because war is going on, man.
Joel 3 verse 9.
Oh.
You know? Plus, we have to remember that over the years also, we used to have the blasting of the hill and destroying crops. Locusts and all them things have been destroying majority of the plants in Africa and all over. So you can
anomaly.
Let's go back to the scriptures, yeah? We just say can definitely see what the Heavenly Father have planned, you know?
Yeah.
Finish? Let me finish? Oh, you have article? No, go ahead.
This is from Fox Business, right? This is published on January 22. January 2022. Then it says rising food costs, pounding shoppers' wallet. No choice but to increase prices.
Right. And all type of things to blame for the inflation that takes place. First, they must say the container shortages. Second, they must say pandemic and logistics basically. You know, lack shipping way. You know, no, they must say war. You know, and no, they must say oil prices gone up. All different type of something they have to blame for the inflation, man. we know exactly why inflation taking place, man. These men print a whole bag of money, you know what I mean, over the past couple of years, and them quantitative easing and all them type of madness for them to do, man. Ever since 2000 and 2008, you know, America went on a spending spree, you know, with money where that is not theirs, you know, made up money.
Lend out money like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Remember that?
It's a Goya CEO, Bob Brunano,
Gaya ain't even produce good food neither. Fuck Gaya. Word.
told Fox Choice but increased prices for goods as manufacturers and shoppers have been feeling the pinch of the rising cost of food due to supply chain disruption, labor shortages, and inflation.
God.
And Andrews are trying to get in cheap labor. Like them Chinese, they come here come work, little and not up, and kick your ass to the curb so that have more problem again. You know? Go ahead.
Brunano stressed that inflation touches everybody. Costs are going up. Inflation is here to stay at least for a good while, and everybody has these costs. He added.
And the more shortages also, the price of goods go up when you have shortage of the goods. So scarcity over abundance, man. You know, it's something scarce, it costs more money.
Exactly.
You know?
Because the demand for it becomes high. You know, when the demand upon it and it's scarce, it becomes, if it's produced, you know, the raw material or whatever become more expensive.
Right.
But if it's in a circulation with ease, where you can just run across the road and get it, you can sell cheap.
The abundance, man.
Exactly. Well, we know, you know, they continue.
So you know that prices for some Goya products shot up about 10% so far to account for higher input costs and warn that prices could continue to rise unless the problem is.
You know, and you see, the crisis that basically at its stage right now is based right word. It's being staged, man. You know what I mean? Because all the logistics breakdown and the shortages them and then whatsoever the farm, it's been engineered, man. You know what I mean? It's been engineered because if things to run normally, you know, hey, things are good.
Plus,
right
they
now.
don't follow the laws, you know, and the scriptures.
Yeah.
Everything that come back because they want to follow the year jubilee and all them things.
But yeah, so the elite basically making sure that you go hungry, as you can blame the population growth, man. You know what I mean? They must say, look, there's too much people here, you know, too much consuming too much resources that are running short on resources.
Exactly.
So we don't need so much people on the planet. And that's what they plan to basically sell to the people. You know what I mean? Why these things are happening, especially the climate change. Things they want to try to convince the people. But some because of people, too much people are here.
This Elamite brother everybody have put up on them phone where I just speak like from a man of some big wisdom. Yeah. Yeah, even him must speak about too much people up on here.
Right.
You know, which shows him well juiced in.
And they're gonna do something about it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna call the population, man. Hey, a lot of Jake gonna die in the rush because Lord said, "What number you to the sword, man." You know what I mean? So hey, wow, Jake the prepping man and buying up Jake. You know, they can escape. One way to escape is by the Lord.
At supermarkets across the country, some shoppers are feeling sticker shocks as food prices continue to soar. Renita Gary of New Jersey said he's been noticing higher prices on grocery store shelves and has changed her shopping habits. I cut a lot of things out. She said, I don't even buy clothes like I used to. On Wednesday, I was with
That's called austerity. You know? Go ahead, huh?
On Wednesday, it was revealed that the Consumer Price Index climbed 6.2% year over year in October, according to the Labor Department. The increase marked the largest annual gain since November 1990. Food prices jumped 9% last month, which was the same increase as September, according to the Labor Department. The index for meats, poultry, fish, and eggs continued to soar, increasing 1.7% in October, following a 2.2% increase in the month before. Right. Several food companies, including Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and oh, even Pepsi shouldn't even raise them prices. As Pepsi price go up, everybody could just stop by. Yes, because they don't need Pepsi.
That is a can live without.
The price of price will go
certain
from
things here.
niggas still don't buy the price all the price gone up. Yeah. And now them should deflect from that. Hey, even Jamaica have an article of Jamaica Observer. It's one about food shortages.
Yeah, I think so. We can go look for it.
Yeah.
You have it?
You wanna go in there?
We can bring a quick scripture. Meanwhile, back up something when it says Joel 3 verse 10, starting verse 9. Then build up the point. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let the men of war draw near. Let them come up. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Right? So the point basically is
war also basically minimize food production.
right.
You know?
All of the spending in agriculture, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
you know, where is the wheat we're supposed to plant in spring in Ukraine?
Yeah.
You know, because the investment is not in farming anymore.
All the money is
You know?
get new weapons for fight Russia.
Exactly, you know. And you see, you live in the world, you have to understand what's really taking place. Else you're not going to brace for the impact. The scripture says the prudent look well to his going. You have to look and get a proper understanding of what's taking place on planet Earth now. You know? Go ahead.
This from the Jamaican Observer. This was published 27th of April 2022. Lisa Anna urges food and energy crisis task force.
Yeah. So now she see where it go. So she say, yo, we could get on team so we can try combat this. Basically. Task force. You know? But you see, if you was listening to the prophets from years ago, just maybe would have warehouses now.
Yeah.
With food they could have feed your people. You know, but then again, the thing is, you're so subjected to your master. You know? You listen to them more than us.
Master system can't fail.
Fail, yeah, you know?
It fail now.
Yeah, well, the people them tell me that today, so I fuck with me, I thought, you know, said there's no way no food can run out right now. Yeah. We have some conversation, on my phone right now, but I never believe. So I fuck with I talk, and food, yo, they want to land in America, want to food in America.
Much like Africa.
Yeah.
Much like Africa.
The opposition spokeswoman and foreign affairs and friendship, Mr. Anna, has renewed her call on the government to urgently establish a food and energy crisis task force to forecast and plan for further global economic fallout from the Russian-Ukraine war.
Yeah, and that's just one aspect of the shortages, man. You ain't seen nothing yet, man. Hey, hell if this was a turnout in a full global country. You know what I mean?
When no farmer trading, you know, when you can't get food in the market.
Hey, worldwide could just kick off tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? Like the full blown war could just kick off tomorrow. How much you can prepare for that? No, you just want to prepare?
Yeah. Because you wasn't prudent enough. You know? If we were the type to prep carnally, you know the amount of food we would have over 12 years now. you know much mackerel and sardine and them non-perishable food. Yeah, you know much food we would have now if we were the type to prep carnally, man. You know? Yeah. We at one point we used to even watch how we cure meat. All the natives, the guys used to cure and the Rubenites used to cure meat using berry. Smoke it and with crankling and use it berry and cure it and all these things. See, so if we were to prep carnally, you know, we could last year people and there's some places where, you know, different and because we've been seeing it, but we know so that won't save us. It's the Lord.
Alright,
Yeah.
even if we can prep, how long we can prep for?
Prep for, yeah.
It's just temporary.
Exactly.
All of them something that come like a band-aid.
Sure, exactly.
Short time.
Exactly.
So ultimately, what we need a long-term goal, a long-term solution. It is making a contribution to the 2022 sectorial debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, the Ministry of Parliament for South answered concerns pointing to Jamaica's vulnerability and dependency on international trade
Oh
for
boy,
raw
we've been
materials,
saying this for all
food
long.
production and oil.
Jamaica's dependency on imported goods, man. We've been saying this all the years without even prophesying it. You know what I mean? It was something delicate, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
One little
find these
incident
here.
internationally,
Yep.
Jamaica is on its face, man, and that's what's gonna happen, man. That's what they're gonna do. They can't do much. Yeah? They can't do much. More have to come up with another strategy again to tell people to go plant things in their backyard, which Jamaican people not gonna do because they're not gonna give the Jamaican people the real reality of what's
Say, look
going on.
here.
So they're not gonna see the urgency and the
You go
need
plant
for your
food.
plant in the backyard.
Urgent trend. So it's like a lot of people are posting on the food shortage thing.
Yeah.
Them are try calm nerves.
Yeah.
Which minister?
Yeah.
Agriculture minister, I think.
Which him know, you see, agriculture minister. Look, man, for the international him food stop a gap, a very major gap in the consumption and the people consumption on the island. Man. Majority of what people consume daily is what them go to the supermarket and buy. You know what I mean? Like the staple foods them, like rice, flour, sugar. Rice and flour, these things that we produce in Jamaica, man. Brother, every day lunch cook in Jamaica, in a restaurants all over the island. And the common thing that cook in a restaurant all over the island, Jamaica this rice and peas and chicken, man. And Jamaica do not plant rice, man.
And you don't plant fucking peas neither.
No, imagine. Imagine the things that people eat commonly every day just drop out like that. That's gonna bring pressure on the local production of food, man. And them stupid ass nigga can't calculate that. They believe say yo, all of that pressure when people left off of the things that are coming from abroad and drop on the local production, if it now decimate the local production, man. You think say they don't know the metrics, man. Why you say that? I'm stupid, man. You know what I mean? See, there is no real pressure on local production now because people does not consume local production like imported goods, man. You know what I mean? Brother, even if a man's a ground produce get imported.
Yep. Potato.
Potato them things get imported, man.
Only thing we have a rent and yellow yam.
You know what I mean?
Only thing that rent and yellow yam. And dashing and then the one them
Subsidies, man.
they got the fucking white
Things
fly.
are subsidized, man.
We are killing the dashing them same way. You know? This new parasite and they got the white fly. We are killing the dashing. We are every herring tree. You know?
You don't want to turn the whole population for the produce of Jamaica. You crazy?
No, sir.
Hey, look.
We don't even know the white snail them when we younger.
Hey, look. You see, these niggas don't know certain they're damn dynamic, you know. Fresh produce in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Fresh produce. Yeah? There's a certain percentage of fresh produce that hit the markets weekly in Jamaica.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? In order for the whole entire island to turn to fresh produce, you know what I mean? Them have got increased production, and there's no increased production that takes place now. There's no storehouse or store with whatever food Jamaica produce. Like ground provision and everything. There's no storehouse. As the farmer them dig them and cut them and go to the market and the truck come back the next week. You see same thing again. The story now go on. You see me? Brother, even if you have a farm, I'm sure this, even if a man have a farm, if you have a banana walk, brother, and you eat banana from the banana walk, you have to eat banana fast and banana or get ready. You see me? So you have to come with a strategy where basically as one crop, one thing I done, another crop I come in.
Come on,
You know what I mean?
9 months.
And just like your farmers have push out food every minute like that. No. You have a time when you reap and then that field have to recuperate, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So man I talk like say yo things it's a constant that come up.
Yeah.
Brother, what? A jelly tree we see man them empty.
Yeah.
Our 3 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks before they can go back on and pick the jelly again because they want them young.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks before they can get jelly off it again. You see me? Now let's say every week it produces jelly, brother.
Yeah.
So this is not going to get any better.
And then you have to rule in if there's a natural disaster, man.
Exactly.
Here we have rain, we have different weather, we have inclement weather. We have rain,
Hurricane.
we have hurricane. You know, enough time rain fall, the whole place wash out.
Yeah, enough time rainfall and burn off, even blossom off a tree. Them
Yeah. Look, hey, certain years, you know, no matter because of rain. Yeah.
Burn dry.
Actually, the same way, rain mess up apple too.
No,
You know what I mean? So what the man that talk about, brother, see? It's alright. You produce on the island, you know what I mean? It's a very delicate thing. You know what I mean? Just like that, things can go south, man. The weather alone can make things go south, man. One little hurricane.
Exactly.
No, anytime a hurricane come, what kind of food does the people run to buy?
Persian food.
Yeah?
Feeding food.
The supermarket's empty. Anytime a hurricane come, man.
Non-perishable items.
Non-perishable. Because guess what? You can't carry yam and banana, but prepare for hurricane.
Yeah. How long it has to serve them? Yeah.
So I think that you know, they're going to fridge store, sir.
Yeah.
Retarded people, man.
So this is not going to get any better. It is actually going to get worse. We cannot adapt a wait and see attitude. Instead, we must be proactive and strategic now to ensure that Jamaica globally reposition over ourselves and look at the opportunities that we have in terms of competition globally. She stressed.
Yeah, them people around to come here and everything.
Hey, look, man, the WTO already messed up any form of farming Jamaica could have done, man.
What kind of competition?
Yeah,
Right now,
produce things and sell it. We're short.
Where? They say everything short. Right now, she should have think about the store. You know, if she was thinking wisely about competition, she should have think about the store.
Hey, but the WTO did, we can't compete on the international market. It make no sense, man.
But them been
You
talk.
shall learn it. Shower, PMP.
Yeah.
But I hear
Learn
that.
it from Michael
Exactly,
Manley.
it can. I hear that talk about. It can.
See, Michael Manley don't tell us they reach a iron ceiling. And Jamaica's on an escalator going nowhere but down. So, you know? I finished?
Yeah, you should need to do some research.
Exactly.
You know?
Since I never respect Michael Manley, Michael Manley come out and say,
Research what he did,
you
man.
must study. You can't say he's a socialist and you don't study. Go on, study. Yeah? Yo, Josh,
Lisa Anna pointed out that the world's largest economics imposing financial sanctions on Russia, Russian banks and other developments associated with Russia's war on Ukraine, there is a devastating impact on the production of export goods.
Done. You know?
For me? You have a little thing from the World Economic Forum. Or we can give a scripture in the meantime too. Ezekiel chapter 5 verse 15 says, so it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgments in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes. I, the Lord, have spoken it, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine.
Right, so the Lord is one who's sending the evil arrows of famine, man. When I'm going to tell us, everything alright to you, man, everything good. You know, we don't have to worry about nothing.
Put off the evil there. Yeah. So, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. It will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread.
What else the Lord should have planned for Jamaica, man? bunch of wicked ass thing. Everybody have some from a ring of guard up now.
Yeah.
Witchcraft, heavy out here, man. So the Lord gonna increase
the famine.
coming upon you. Just like they increase the wickedness.
Yeah.
Hey, for the past 12 years, you know, man.
Yep.
You know, Jamaica increase. Just about the profit. Right. The past 6 years, things get worse. They come out of the scamming and the gathering.
Violence.
Hope that thing come like one.
Normal thing.
Every youth now in our hub there now.
Little youth. All the
When
minor.
they increase wickedness, the Lord gonna increase. The plagues.
It says, so will I send upon you famine,
God.
and evil beasts,
God.
and there shall bereave thee, and pestilence, and blood shall pass through thee,
God.
and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the
God.
Lord, have spoken it.
Right.
You know?
All the guns are coming on the island where and accounted for.
Yeah.
You know?
That's bloodshed.
Gonna spill blood.
Exactly. There was a what? Come here, something for a read.
You did not have nothing on Jamaica.
Worldly coming
And
forward.
just like it's all got yes, everywhere dwelling. But hey, just speaking the island and we're on home. You know?
This is from the World Economic Forum.org. It says, the knock-on effect across many industries concerns have also been raised about everything from lithium supply for electric vehicle batteries
Right.
to restaurant food supplies to even coffee shortages.
Lithium shortages. And you see, and this one the World Economic Forum basically saying that gas vehicle need to be
Done away with.
done away with, but yet they have a lean on something else that have a limited resource.
That means
Lithium, because lithium for the battery, them for the electric car, them short. So what can I
that mean limited people.
meaning everybody not gonna be holding the car.
Nobody never want nothing. Be
Yeah.
happy. Yeah? And they need limited people so the resource can be used over the next part. Yeah? This means I said the whole inward thought of these men are deep. Yeah? It says, never has the issue of supply chain management been so prominent. The question now is what challenges supply chains, yeah? It says, the question now is what challenges supply chains face in the year ahead. So what can we expect? It says supply chain issues complex, fragment, under pressure. Products research consumers through a chain of companies involved, which typically includes manufacturers, logistic firm who provide storage, distribution and transport, and retailers. Not surprisingly, the whole system is highly complex.
Right.
There's a whole philosophy of contemporary supply chain management, SCM, concern which making supply chains much more integrated than they used to be.
Right.
Done well, it can be significantly improve the overall performance of companies as well as benefiting the economy and society. Yet this long-term effort to make the whole system more efficient has been set back by a whole lot of challenges in global supply chain. Three big issues became particularly apparent in 2021. First, and probably the most obvious to many of us, was the unprecedented pressures on global supply chains created by the Big C pandemic and the subsequent series of lockdowns and restrictions which varied in their timing and severity from country to country.
Right. And I have other things now adding in.
Exactly, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Russia war
Yeah.
thing
And more things
all
coming
type
ahead
of
too.
thing. Yeah,
You know?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a scripture? Yeah, go on.
Jeremiah 30 and 40. It said, all thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not, for have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy. With the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, for thy sins
We're increased.
they were increased. Where Christ go for an affliction.
Right, and as the precept right here, so you can see the J count here, as I said before, them seem to get increased by 10-4.
Gone.
You know what I mean? Rock money. You know?
When Christ go for an affliction, thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee.
Right, so the Lord is basically gonna give you a serious ass whipping, and then he's gonna bring you back in an arm. And you're gonna be about, hey, we're coming on the point, the ass whipping you.
Terrible. It'll be terrible.
Yeah? See, so that's what the Lord is about to bring up on the word J and upon the word. You know? Have more with us.
Anyway, yeah, brother.
Well, that was the parallel about Shema Shema about the back of that.